So, I hear you are single. Well, let me tell you something. I have a cousin's roommate's former nephew's sister who's also single, and she's learning, and she's in medical school right now. You should totally meet her. Okay, I'm just joking, guys. Welcome to the Rider Time podcast. No, the Sentai Hero Special.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, it's every man for himself, so this may as well be Kamen Rider Geeks. Just saying.
Except no, it's the Ultra Crest podcast, don't you know?
Yeah, it's the Ranger Podcast Live. But yeah, we are here to discuss the #1 Sentai Gozyuger, Episode 5, Recover Your Soul, Don't Let Troubles Interfere. And yes, so production notes, while there is so much opportunity to make Tita jokes, we are not going to due to some production notes. So instead, all Filipino Tita jokes will be replaced with Jewish Yenta jokes. So we apologize for the inconvenience, but that is what it is. So for all intents and purposes, the first Black Ranger isn't Filipino, but rather Ashkenazi. But for real though, no, like props for the cultural diversity and whatnot. We finally have a female Black Ranger that's not a gimmick change or a previous generation who came back later.
No, and she's our first full-time female Black Ranger.
Yes.
Or Senshi, depending on what you want to go with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, American live-action Sailor Moon would have to disagree with you. Jupiter. I'm joking. Okay. But yeah, no, it's, and interestingly enough, the episode focuses on being a Yenta. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to this. But I know all of you have been looking forward to us doing this podcast, and we appreciate everyone for showing up so far. And we do Ultraman Classic, Kamen Rider Classic, Kamen Rider Gov, and Gozyuger throughout the weeks. And we had to take a break last week because of formula. So here we are back at it again. We finally have our 5th Ranger. So thank you everyone for coming by. And yes, we already have a bunch of comments coming in. Thank you guys so much for commenting. We'll read all of your comments towards the end of our discussion. So keep those comments flying in. Just make sure they're being respectful. So this episode starts off with our new Black Ranger, who's not a Ranger yet, going on a double date. And by double date, I mean with 2 guys at the same time. Watching Sailor Moon, the whole idea is that 2 guys don't know about each other, so you have to run back and forth between them, and then you have to exhaust yourself. It kind of defeats the point if they both know. Well, technically, you're saving yourself the trouble of having to actually do all that running and then them finding out. It's it's out on the open. Yeah, I'm dating the both.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah, if I was one of them, I would just straight up leave because I'm not a cuck.
Yeah, and for the record, that word came from William Shakespeare. In case anyone's interested, that word is 400 plus change years old. So, no, for real though. I remember there was a story about a woman who invites 80 Tinder dates to New York for a date at the same time, and she swipes them in real life, left, right, left, right, left, and then makes them do push-ups and then make them race each other. I'm like, Yeah, I think the biggest loser in that competition is the last guy standing. I'm not gonna lie.
What kind of simp are you? So we got Simpson Cucks.
Hey, that's a good name. Like his last name is Simpson. Um, but yeah, turns out the unicorn ring gives her the power to read minds. Yes, 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 yes. Is this day gonna go any further than lunch? No, 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 no. Are you going to powder your nose? Yes, 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 yes. Is that code for like you gonna ghost us? Yes, 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 yes. Yada yada. Yeah, yeah. That's a JoJo reference right there. I love the Darby episodes.
Yep.
Yeah, the younger Darby. You know. Oh yeah, and also there's a mascot teddy bear for some reason. Is this foreshadowing for our sixth ranger? Who knows? Actually, you know what'd be interesting? What if that actually was the sixth ranger? Like that guy inside that teddy bear costume? That's the sixth ranger. It's like we don't know who he is, but whoever he is on the inside, that's our sixth ranger. You know, kind of like the off that guy from the show Sex in the City.
Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting if that were the case.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm just like imagining like his very first transform, if not every transform, where he's like inside the giant bear costume. It's like, like in that giant bulky body.
Yeah.
It's like imagine like if someone out there could do it for us, I would love it if like you guys if like someone could get what's his name? God, Stuffle's evolved form from Gen 7. Beware. Like imagine Beware, but with a Tega sword. That would be hilarious. And the only thing that would be funnier than having it happen in the first transformation is if that was a recurring gag. Like what if they don't know who is wearing that mascot outfit until like episode 44?
Oh gosh, can you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, no, it'd be really fun. So, but yeah, so the nerdy looking of the two guys, he's like, I'm never gonna get a date. And then a mysterious voice calls from him. It's like I will set you up with a nice Jewish girl. Your mother will have beautiful grandchildren. Shh. And then he possesses his body. Behold, the #1 Yenta of the universe. I will set you up on a date with a law degree student. You better have free time Friday night.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, also the prime minister hits up.
Oh yeah, Prime Minister Tregear.
Yeah, like hits up homegirl and says, "Listen, you are living life too dangerously. You ain't Austin Powers." Yeah, it's like, of course I'm not Austin Powers. I'm Hermes Costello. Yeah, and what happened to her? She went to prison. Yeah, to find McQueen and kick his butt. Have you seen his designs? Have you seen his 1982 catalog? It's positively gauche.
Yeah, so they meet up, and not the other way around. He gives her the Reeves Soldier ring, and I'm thinking to myself, oh yay, one of the lamest Sentai out
it's
there.
Like, no, I was like, here, I don't need it. Wow, you gave me a ring for the second lamest Sentai.
Yes.
Here I
First
was.
lamest is Jew Ranger.
I thought it was Gozyuger.
Agree to disagree.
But yeah, it's like, geez, I thought if you're gonna ask a girl out and bring her into your limousine, you would at least get her a Kira Major ring, because
Jules.
diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Yes.
Yeah. See, we're working in some Moulin Rouge references.
Yeah, if they did adapt Kira Major, I wonder if they'd still call him Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, etc. But what if they called them Ruby Ranger, Topaz Ranger, Emerald Ranger, Sapphire Ranger, Quartz Ranger, and Diamond Ranger?
I would be down for that. Although I don't know about Quartz though.
Well, I didn't know what else to make pink.
Amethyst?
Yeah, Amethyst. That does sound better. Amethyst Ranger.
See, I bet you were thinking about Rose Quartz specifically.
Pretty much.
Now who's simping for an alien rock?
Oh, God. No. No.
I totally get it. You want her to be your Mrs. Universe.
No. I always thought Rose Quartz was put on a pedestal and she doesn't deserve it.
I mean, if you really think about it, she is the villain.
Mm-hmm.
The absolute villain. Every bad thing that happened was because of her.
And her selfishness.
Is White Diamond more evil? Yes. But White Diamond would have just stayed passive and indifferent. But then she went on the warpath because she thought that the youngest of her sisters was killed.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you prefer Adolf Hitler frozen or thawed out?
Is that a Justice League Unlimited reference?
Yes,
or was it just Justice League?
It's the original Justice League.
Yeah.
But it can also be a Kamen Rider reference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I think there's like other things that did stuff like that, like maybe Hellboy or something. I don't know. Hellboy fought Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe Indiana Jones. It's like, oh, let's get this. Get this pocket watch that could go back in time and change the direction of World War II. I'm like, are we not gonna address the Spear of Longinus? That thing that killed Asuka in Evangelion. This is the end, my darling friend. The end. So yeah. So Tsukino. Wait, that's her name, right? I forgot her. I know her sister's name, Oto.
Yeah, that's easy to remember.
Yeah. But I forgot the name of the actual character. Unicorn. Sumino. Oh wow! And someone already made a recolor of her being pink.
I'm not surprised.
It's not bad, but I kind of like the black version better. Oh, and there's one that added a metallic decal. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm surprised they didn't just straight up use Kamen Rider Exade's costume and just added the helmet.
Speaking of cartoons, like what we were talking about Steven Universe a bit, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody took Rarity from My Little Pony and dressed her up as Goju Unicorn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Someone do that.
Yeah. So she decides to team up with our main characters, but when the monster shows up, it's like, I see. You need a Yenta in your life. Do you need to be set up with a nice Jewish girl? Because I have a cousin whose daughter is recently single, and she has a master's degree in mathematics. And I know that her mother's just dying for some grandkids. It's like, this is what we think about you trying to set us up on a date, and even like the other end, she's like, I'm married to my belief in Tegasword. So then like one gave him an autograph, and the other just like wrote down Tegaswordian scriptures. It's like, You're not meddling. You're just being nice. Let me show you what meddling really feels like. Imagine having excessive autographs and not just subscribing to a new religion, but having it heavily pushed on you door to door, and then a bunch of like Tegasordian Bibles just like crash down on the two Rangers that have Tegasordian autographs. Yeah, the Tegas. Yes. Haven't you heard the good news? Tegasord is coming. And you could stand right next to him in the kingdom of Sentai.
I'm not sure how I feel. The Christian in me doesn't know how I feel about that.
Neither does the Buddhist atheist in me. Yeah. Because all I know is suffering. You know, when you really think about it, Buddhism is a very emo religion. Yeah. But, hey, you know, at least I'm comfortable in the proverbial blanket of fire. You know, like that Batman skit. You're on fire! Yeah, actually, it feels kind of nice. Just give those Rubas away from me. Like tiny robotic Alfreds.
Yeah.
I mean, not the butler that raised me.
Yeah, so basically next, Goju Eagle tries to play some music, but of course, like the out-of-touch old guy that he is, he tries to put a cassette in a CD player.
It's like, wow, a cassette. I've never seen those before. What do you mean you've never seen those before? This is advanced technology, and it's far more sophisticated than vinyl records.
Despite vinyl records making a comeback, I should know because my younger brother collects vinyl records.
You know what really hurt me this past week?
What?
Going to Target and finding out that they don't sell DVDs anymore.
Oh, come on, guys. Physical. Okay, look. I'm just going to say this right now. I'm getting
old, Jacob.
We're not getting any younger. I'm going to say this right now. While streaming may be convenient and nice, when you have physical media, you never have to worry about being taken off of YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, what have you.
Yeah, in the words of Willy Wonka, just remember the movies aren't free. You're just renting them from me. Hula doola doopity doo, hula dooba doodly doo. What do you do when you share your password with someone who's a freeloader? Don't you think that the prices are high? It is all your fault. Yeah, you know, like we already knew this back in 2021 when Netflix took down Power Rangers. The only one who was laughing was freaking Cody from growing up in the 90s. And that's because he has everything on physical media. Literally everything in physical media. Even that long lost DVDs of Beetleborgs and VR Troopers Seasons 2 Volume 2s.
Mm-hmm.
It still hurts me that like they never released them beyond like a brief run, limited run, and I've missed that boat because I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
because I'm a VR Troopers stan. Okay, I love me some VR Troopers. That 3-part episode with Blackheart, that was amazing.
Yeah. Well, on the upside, while they haven't released Spielbahn and Metalder yet, at least Discotech Media has released a handful of Metal Heroes in full.
Yeah,
let's see.
And coming soon, Kamen Rider X, which we already reviewed.
Yep, let's see. We got Gavin, Charivan Scheider, Just Beyond, which I really need to watch, G-Bon, and now Winspector. And they're going to release Jan Person soon.
Yeah, and eventually we'll get to Exceed Draft, Soul Brain.
I'm sure we'll get those eventually.
I don't remember all their names.
Blue SWAT.
But those are some cool names. Excedra.
Yeah.
Soul Brain. Blue SWAT. What's weird is how, like, in one season, two of the metal heroes are just literally robots.
Yeah. And speaking of Exceed Draft, Shinjo from Tiga is Draft Redder.
Yeah. Shinjo is also the Squid Orphanok in Kamen Rider 5, and we all know what happened to him.
Oh, is he now?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I last watched 5s.
I was like, why does he look familiar? And then it's like conveniently we were watching Ultraman Tiga around the same time we were watching Kamen Rider 5s. So yes. So much like Tachibana being in both classic Ultraman and classic Kamen Rider, we got Shinjo in Tiga also being in Kamen Rider 5s.
And Exceed Draft.
Apparently.
Yeah, so he was a metal hero, he was in Ultraman, and he was in Kamen Rider.
Yes, now he just needs to be in Super Sentai, and he'll have the Beyond EGOT.
Yeah.
see, like, to get the EGOT, you just need to be in 3 of those things. Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Ultraman. If you're in additional things, plus those 3, oh boy. Man, I wish I could meet King Kosugi.
It'd be cool if he came to Morphicon.
Yeah, or Japan World Heroes, whenever they're going to finally announce that. I'm so sad they still haven't made any recent announcements. But yeah, so Sumino steals the rings. It's like I'm gonna sell them for RN school. Wait, you're not allowed to make Tina jokes. It's also a Yiddish joke.
Yeah, so naturally Goju Wolf goes after her.
Yeah, and he finds her like putting a band-aid on a kid and like writing down, "You are super special, awesome. Just call this phone number when you get older, so I could set you up with my niece." Yeah. But yeah, so it's like, so this is the real you. Nope. And she ends up running into a warehouse where she has to fight off a bunch of bell ringers, and of course she still can't transform. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe you're meddling with your own mind. Maybe you should be match made with the path of heaven, so Grandma said.
Oh, dude, that would be amazing if, kind of going back to cons, it'd be amazing if Hiro Mizushima came to Morphicon or Japan World Heroes.
Yeah, if he does, I'm going to make a bento box for him. Because I want him to try my cooking. Yeah. And of course, it's like, and of course, and also we get a flashback of Sumino with Oto when Oto was still a little girl. It's like, why are you staring at that police officer? Because while he may be working as a police officer now, he's saving up money for law school, and that is amazing. Now, do you think Grandma will be okay with you dating him? Of course. Oh boy.
Sorry, something went wrong with my internet.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness it's not me.
Yeah, no.
It ain't me. My Wi-Fi is not dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But now we've got a third screen.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's supposed to be me. Hang on. I'm going to leave real quick and come right back.
Oh, no, don't worry. I got it. There we go.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there we
Anyways, continue.
But yeah, so it's like, yeah, of course Grandma will approve. Yeah, he goes to every Shabbos dinner with his parents. Oh, that's okay then. But it just so happens that Oto does go missing, and guess who has the only piece of evidence? Frickin' Weevil Underwood.
Haga!
Greetings, Scooby-Doo senpai. You want the evidence to send your sister? Well, I have the evidence right here. All you have to do is please with sugar on top.
Yeah. When he says, "Oh, I can help you get Yugi back here," and it's just a Gokabor card, and then he rips it up, and then
isn't that the same card he gives to that one kid with that
yes,
loogies?
it is.
That's a nice callback, all things considered.
And then you get that scene of Doro Monstacado! Doro Monstacado!
Doro tenga todo! Doro tenga todo! Doro tenga todo!
Yamete Yugi Hanase!
It's like he tried to steal all my bat mitzvah money. I need it for RN school. If I don't get straight A's there, I'm not gonna meet a nice Jewish guy, and my grandma will be greatly upset at me. No, for real. Like I know we're making a lot of jokes about this, but seriously though, don't mess with Jewish grandmas and their dream of having great grandkids. Yeah, like it's like when like you have two kids, like the youngest is your favorite, and then when the oldest gets you a grandchild, that grandchild is your favorite. Then when you have a second born, the firstborn is reduced to mid, while the second born is the goat. And then when you have a third grandkid, it's like it's all right, nice. And then the third one is perfect. Every last minute detail, perfect. But when the oldest grandson has a kid of his own, then the oldest grandson becomes, that's why he's the goat. Then the second born is that is the worst piece of. Then the third one is, I mean, it's all right. And then the great grandkid is like, woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Seriously, don't mess with Jewish grandmas and like the concept of having grandkids. There's the concept of having great grandkids. It's like if you are the second of two grandsons and the first grandson has a kid, but the second one doesn't, by the time that grandma's on her deathbed, her last dying thought will be, my second grandson lived his life as a total loser.
I see.
Yeah, that's why, like, it doesn't matter if you're the first grandson, the second grandson, third grandson. You need to get yourself some kids before grandma dies, because she will judge your your clout based on whether or not you're able to get her some great grandkids.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I'm not Jewish.
Yeah, or any other culture that has similar beliefs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's like, she promises the Tegasort, I promise, if I stop being a Yenta right now, I will help everyone, and then I will go to law school, and then get married to a nice Jewish guy, and get some kid and make some children of it, so that great grandma won't be upset at me. Your pleas have been granted. Shabbat shalom. And then like she transforms into
Goju Unicorn.
And then cuts the guy down like he is the freaking Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he does turn into Ryusou Red. It's like, oh, look at that. Another female Red Ranger from Ryusoldier.
Is that a Cosmic Fury reference?
Yes.
Well, I suppose I know it's never going to happen because Power Rangers exclusive, but I
Yeah.
suppose the Gozyuger chest armor would make the Cosmic Fury suits look better.
They really do. High key, they really do. I mean, honest, the Dino Fury like armors that they used in the Sentai were actually pretty cool. Like the electric armor, the light and dark armor, the punchy armor, the icy armor, and of course the paladin armor. Like it's like it got to the point where all 6 Rangers got to have their own armor.
Yeah.
That's really, and they're all unique, and I like that. I have no problem with this. Problem is, they never really did that in the American version when they really well could have. But hey, points for being creative. They made the Pink Ranger use Dima Volcano first instead of the Red Ranger.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah, and we actually, but I will say this: Hunter wasn't technically the first non-red in Dino Fury to become the Red Ranger. Because technically, Javi did become the Red Ranger too.
Yeah.
In one episode.
When he used the Dino Knight armor.
Yeah, because technically it's the Red Ranger armor.
Yeah, so I suppose anybody can use the Dino Knight armor and look red.
Yeah. I'm still upset about that Megan episode. They could have brought back the Grid Battle Force Fury armor and just repainted it purple. But they didn't. I don't know why.
Because
Rory deserved better.
Because fans can come up with better ideas than the official writers over the last 12 years. Actually, no, longer than that.
Yeah, I know that they said that Disney's going to make a new Power Rangers series, but I'm not going to hold my breath that it will live up to, the original Disney era, because we did see what happened with the Neo Saban era.
Oh, gosh. My favorite era.
I especially cringe at the tweets that said, "Thank God our savior is back." Really?
Yeah, I find it interesting how Power Rangers keeps jumping back and forth. First Saban had it, then Disney, then Saban again, then Hasbro, and I suppose still technically Hasbro, but now in a way it's back to Disney. So what's next? Is Bandai going to get the toy rights again? I highly doubt it, but it might. But who knows what could happen at this point?
I know that Bandai would handle it better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I know that but it's Playmates doing it though. We already saw some of the Playmates toys for it. I'm gonna be honest, the only one that really impressed me is that motorcycle set where the Ranger basically jumps out of the motorcycle and kicks the enemy. Because hey, a Power Ranger doing a Kamen Rider reference. Don't get me wrong, I'm probably not gonna buy that toy, but I respect the engineering that went behind it.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed on it. I mean, I know that this is supposed to be a kid-friendly line, but it's kind of weird how the Automorph flip head figures from the 90s look better than the Playmates toys.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go into the Automorphs because after Mighty Morphin, the Automorphs did not look good. Like even with the Zeo ones, they were overly bulky. Like at least with Mighty Morphin, they had sort of a androgynous but Romanesque proportions. But with Zeo onward, all the flip morphs were just big, bulky chests. You recently did a toy review for the Turbo ones. So.
Yeah, and I admit those are my favorite Power Ranger figures in my collection. Just my opinion. But I like the Zeo and Turbo Automorphs.
Yeah, what were my favorite Turbo toys? The bootleg a set of 5 figures that come with their own unique weapons.
Interesting.
Yeah, the 5, the ones you would find at at a Spanish-speaking convenience store. Yeah. Yeah, like right there on Santa Monica Boulevard, somewhere between Western and Vine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the one with a Lavanderia right next door, and a Little Caesars all the way on the opposite side of the plaza. And I think that
multicultural.
yeah, and I think at one point on the perpendicular side there was a venue where people would learn ESL, because I think that's where my mom took ESL. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, that's basically my experience with like Turbo toys. Oh, and I remember there was there was also another Turbo bootleg where it's like a set of 3 blue Centurions, except one of them was yellow and another was green.
So we've got the green Centurion and the yellow Centurion.
Yes, same mold, just differently colored. The plastic quality obviously wasn't really great, but they exist, and they came with 1 motorcycle.
So what? They're gonna have to share it at the same time,
I guess. But like thinking back on it, I kind of wish I took better care of it. At least I think. I know one of them had a broken arm. I can't remember if it already came broken or if I broke it myself, because irresponsible 5-year-old.
Speaking of bootleg toys, if you go on eBay and search up 5-Man, you'll find a 5 green bootleg figure. So in a way, this is our closest figure to Supersonic Green from the comics.
Hey, you know what I really appreciate? This one Spanish-speaking grocery store had some bootleg Mega Ranger toys, and like the back and then the back binding had a bunch of Bokinger images, and the title of the toy is Super Charisma.
I've seen that.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, I will say this. You chose the right season if you want Super Charisma, because no season is rizzier than Bokinger.
Debatable.
I mean, the Red Ranger rizzed up Santa Claus. Doesn't get rizzier than that.
Yeah, but did he fire his own boss?
He very well could have. I mean, his boss is a talking head. Wait a minute. His boss is a talking head. Mr.
Well, at least
Voice,
it's not Gosei.
Mr. Voice is a talking head. That's crazy. It's something I did not put too much thought into. I mean, he's got little like stick arms too, but he's a talking head. Oh my god. I actually want to rewatch Bokinger because that season is just so damn good. But no, I will watch all the seasons of Sentai all the way through Gal Ranger before I go back to it. So don't worry. Car Ranger will be there in no time at all.
Oh, take your time.
Yeah.
But honestly, I want them to release Bokinger on DVD. Mostly because so that you can have your favorite Sentai.
Yeah. But I also want other people to experience my favorite Sentai. I mean, like, the dude took an arrow to the head, a magical arrow that destroys skyscrapers.
Mm-hmm.
And survived. And his dad is Indiana Jones. It's canon.
Yes, because everybody needs to watch Car Ranger. Everybody needs to watch Bokinger.
Exactly. And I'm not even a vehicle season guy to begin with.
I am, obviously.
Yeah. No, it's crazy that my favorite season is a vehicle season, even though the vehicle Zords typically are the most boring in my opinion. No offense.
How dare you?
I dare indeed. I mean, look, I just like animals more, like the tuning Megazord. Like, you have a frog to form the pelvis and the legs. That is freaking creative.
Yeah, I mean, I do like animal mechas too. I think every mecha is cool in their own way. I just wish that Toei and Bandai would make a full-on dragon season. That's all I ask for.
Dorago Naito. They've got a power and a force that you've never seen ever before. They've got the ability to morph to even out the score. No one can ever take them down because they are Go Power Rangers. Go. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so we're gonna get right. Okay, so here we go. Okay, the long and short of it is, yeah. So she uses the Ryu Soul ring in order to become like a better version of Ryu Soul Red. She fights down a bunch of monsters. The monster does have a number one battle, and yes, he does the Yenta hand gestures. You know the way when Yenta's just like, "You've got to meet my son. He loves puppies. He works for charity. Did I mention he's a lawyer?" Actually, I just remembered a funny joke, but I'll tell it to you after the stream's over. But yeah, he just so he just it's like that one 2-second clip alone just kills me. Like, I want you to meet like a nice monster who's got a medical degree and he's single. And I think when you defeat him in a giant robot fight, yeah, you will have beautiful children together. Won't your grandma be happy about that? Yeah, I don't think I'm comfortable dating a monster from another dimension. You're just saying that. Come on, he's single. Like, he recently had a bad breakup with a Shiksa, and that's all you need to know about him. What about his hobbies? What hobbies? Like, you're gonna have family dinner on Friday night. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, so they fight each other on the ground. She has that cool drill thingy. I mean, obviously she defeats him, and she freaking drills through him, grabbing the simpy guy out, and of course she wins the Yenta battle. Meanwhile, there's a giant bell monster who's a germaphobe. Like, he puts on the gloves. He's got the thing. It's like, oh my god! It's like, man, I hope there aren't any anti-vaxxers watching this episode.
You never know.
Yeah, I know chin diaper joke here, but it's like, I know, like, this is gonna be a thing. It's okay, but yeah, so naturally, the old G in the young man's body is like, listen, I am not getting any younger. It's like, I'm going to destroy that monster so that Sumino could set up my grandson with a nice Jewish girl. And of course, he defeats him with Cupid's arrow. I'm not even joking. That's literally the name of the attack.
Yeah, that literally happens.
Yeah. It's like, I want some great grandkids. That's too much for a grandpa to ask for. Zach, you can go to art school. I don't care. You don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer in order to impress me. But I do want you to make me some great grandkids.
It has to be that person's choice. Not everybody wants to have kids.
Yeah. But some people have to, like, really understand that about their grandkids, you know? Some people need to take their time. They need to take their time, you know? It's like, do you want your grandson to go out with some random shiksa, or do you want him to find the right Jewish girl? You know, it's like, you can't rush these things. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, he defeats the giant monster as well, and the episode ends with her reaffirming that yes, I will be Hermes Costello for all the right reasons. You sure about that? Hell no! I'm still gonna get revenge on McQueen. Have you seen that 1983 fashion catwalk? It's a completely atrocious. Look at those sanguines he's using. Ugh, like this guy should have stayed in law school or wherever he went to before he decided to become a fashion designer. And I honestly have to agree. I'm not a fan of McQueen's designs. I've read through Gucci. I've read through Abercrombie. I've read through Dolce. I've read through Michael Kors, Tommy Hilfiger, and yeah, I'm not a fan of McQueen. Look, man, I'm a JoJo fan. You know, I'm a humanist. I have to study everything. I have to study everything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I even have to study this camera, which suspiciously has this purple design on it. I don't know what brand this is, but
oh yeah, about that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, this reminds me of a joke. It's like, so you have a husband and a wife, and the wife says, "Honey, why do you have a gun?" And he says, "To protect yourselves from what?" Well, what if a Decepticon shows up? And of course, she laughs, he laughs, toaster laughs, he shoots the toaster. Yeah, it was a great time.
Yes, I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so that's basically the end of the episode, and of course, let's see. Am I missing anything? Oh yeah. So she does affirm. It's like, I don't remember the name of the guy who killed my sister or kidnapped her or whatever he did. All I know is that he had gray eyes. Meanwhile, Ricky's out there like signing autographs from his old memorabilia, just like that TikTok meme where like all these anime voice actors are signing their own headshots from like 20 years ago. And it just so happens that originally Riku had gray eyes. So I'm like, 2 right hands! Oh no! Insecure!
Yeah, so he may or may not have been the killer. We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah.
Or the kidnapper, I mean.
Yeah. The killer. But yeah. Shake hands, thank you. Shake hands. All right. Okay, so yeah, I think the one takeaway we can make from this episode is don't forget to call your family Friday night, and the teddy bear mascot is a 6th Ranger.
Possibly.
Yeah, no, like I swear, like it has to be the teddy bear because it's like, how funny would it be, like this giant inflatable suit, like a freaking Among Us cosplayer, but with like that golden hand. It's like he's got the Midas touch, but he'll cut you too much. Take a sword, take a sword. That's the Sentai ring I want, I like it, I want, Bokenger, Car Ranger.
Well, Bokenger ring is already out. I'm just patiently waiting for the Car Ranger ring.
Yeah, but yeah. This episode, I give it a 9.
Yeah, I honestly do too. It was a good episode, and it was cool to see our first full-time female Black Ranger.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And we get a much better version of Ryusou Red.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And yeah, choreography was pretty fine. The humor was fantastic, especially with Oji-san with his tape deck.
Yeah, just him being out of touch.
Yeah, see, you don't need a tape deck. You need a discotheque.
Yes. More Metal Heroes, please.
And yes, release Amazon and Stronger, please.
I'm sure they will eventually.
Yeah. But yeah. So for me, it was a 9.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah. What score would you give it?
A 9 out of 10, like I said.
All right. So let us know what you guys thought, our lovely audience. What do you have to say for yourselves? So this episode to me was all right. Okay, can't please everyone. So if my math is correct, the team has 4 Red Ranger rings, the Dom Brother guy has 2, and the King Oger guy has 1. Yeah, but he probably collected more off screen.
Yeah, probably.
Yuchi, the humor writes itself. Yes,
it does.
Man, it's weird that the first series to have the first female Black Ranger, not counting Gokai, it changes. It's not that weird, but
yeah, it's something different.
Think of it this way: if those 2 friends from Live Man weren't killed in the first episode, we would have had our first female Green Ranger back then in 1988.
No,
for real, because the Green and Black Ranger were their younger siblings, and the female friend was the older sister of the Green Ranger, which means, if you think about it, she would have been the Green Ranger instead of him.
Yeah, I get what you're going at, but I think I heard from somewhere that if they were still alive, they would have been white and pink, but I don't know if that's true or not.
So it took 5 whole episodes to get the team together. And not even completely, if you think about it, because technically it's still every man for himself to a certain degree. Also, hi guys. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Do you think the 6th Ranger will be a girl? I doubt it. It's not because we don't want it to be. It's because Toei is very unlikely to want it to happen. Because think of it this way. How long did it take for us to have our first female 6th Ranger? 32 seasons. How many female Green Rangers have we had since then? None. Power Rangers has more female 6th Rangers than Super Sentai. By 1. But still, that's 1 more than Super Sentai.
Yeah, the thing is that Super Sentai, while it can be enjoyed by everyone, and its primary demographic is boys.
Yeah.
So naturally they're going to want to sell toys about that.
Yeah. They it's like this. They market Kamen Rider for boys, Precure for girls, and Super Sentai for both, but mostly boys.
Yeah, which I'm not saying it's just a toy commercial, because you can learn good morals from Super Sentai, about teamwork, friendship, and selflessness.
Yeah, and aerial combat supremacy. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's it's unfortunately targeted more towards boys than to girls, even though some girls have watched Kamen Rider in the past and Super Sentai in the past. Well, we've had ample female Kamen Riders who were fantastic, like
yeah. Malika. Some of my female friends watch Kamen Rider.
Yeah, and Gotchard, as bad of a season as it was the first to have a female 2nd rider.
That it did.
Yeah, even though it should have been Sakura from Revice. She was consistent. She didn't heel turn. She was there when Daiji or Hikaru weren't. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna take us a while to get another female 6th Ranger or even a female Red Ranger. Again, our first official female Red Ranger in Power Rangers was literally in our final season of Power Rangers. I don't count Lauren because she's technically an extra hero. I'm very meticulous when it comes to taxonomy. And yeah, Charlie doesn't count because she's a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was a villain from Jump. So no, she's not a Red Ranger. She's not a Red Ranger as far as I'm concerned. But Lauren, I would sooner count her but she's still an extra hero regardless. You sit on the council, but we do not grant you the rank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm not against the idea of having a female Sixth or Red Ranger. Again, I like Kaoru Shiba. I liked who is an extra hero. I do like what's her name? Miyu from Gozyuger. And yes, I love Gemma from RPM. But Toei's very stingy. Heck, it took us the year 2022 to get our first gay Red Ranger.
First gay, which one?
Momotaro.
Was that in the comics?
No. Momotaro.
Oh, he's gay?
He pretty much is. Like he's like totally like has the hots for Sonoi.
I see.
Yeah, we've been watching that season for a whole year.
Yeah. Well, I've only been through it all the way once. So
they went to each other's funerals. They went to each other's funerals. They're such a cute couple. and what's really funny is that season came out immediately. Like it was the very next season after this one conversation with a certain individual, shall remain nameless, who said, "How do you feel about Super Sentai not having a gay Red Ranger?" I'm like, that's not really relevant to the conversation we're having. Mind you, a conversation I'm not interested in having. Like, you're the one pushing it. But if you ask me, I'm indifferent. And Izzy showed
does it matter?
It really shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that it's there. Oron's one of my favorite writers, but I just don't care. I just want good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. But I really wish that what's her name? Yaibu would have been Boone Violet. Or at least become Boone Blue in the final turn of the season. But sadly, nothing happened with her. I'm really upset.
No.
But yeah.
Some people were speculating she'd be Boone White.
Yeah. I don't even know where that speculation came from.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Just fan rumors?
Fan rumors, yeah. And again, like, it would be cool if she was Boone Violet. Not because I don't like Sakito. I love Sakito. But it's more like how crazy it would be to have our first female second writer and our first female solo Sixth Ranger in the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missed opportunity. But I still say she should have been Boone Blue instead of Ishiro. But, we can't have nice things. Yeah. But what if the rumors turn out to be false and Sixth Ranger isn't a bear? I mean, they very well could be false, but I hope they are, just because we never had a bear as a Sixth Ranger. And considering we never had a wolf as a Red Ranger, we never had an eagle as green, we never had a unicorn as black, and every T-Rex Ranger we had up to this point was red until literally now.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a few Blue Lions, if you want to count O Blue and Go On Blue.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Go On Blue for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know O Blue's a Sphinx.
Sphinx is more accurate.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, his theme is triangle.
Yeah, but yeah, we've got some interesting animals this season. I mean, I hope it's a bear, because that would be interesting.
Yeah, we had a spider.
Yeah, that's true. We had a white spider 2 years ago.
Yeah, and we had a golden stand for Sixth Ranger. So okay, so I think that a Ranger won't become friends until the second to last episode.
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they'll be friends halfway. Maybe they'll become friends around episode 44. Who knows? So when will Red Wolf Ranger get its own Red Ranger ring? Well, okay, so I know what you mean. Like, I think he means the Legacy ring.
Yeah.
Whenever the show feels like it. But I'm gonna guess that's like it's gonna be a Die Ranger reference when he finally gets his own weapon because it has been leaked. He's gonna get his own Saba like talking wolf sword thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen eventually. Just give it time.
Also, one thing we never really address is how they demorph to pilot the Zord.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, we never got around to that. But yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. I would call them the Crystal Gem Rangers. We are the Gem Rangers. We're here to save the day. And if Rita thinks we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why it's Morphin time.
Yeah, I mean there is a fan film that's what was it called again? Shoot, it's on the tip of my tongue. Crystal Racers, I think. No, that's not right. I know it's by Zenith Fan Film.
The Choo Choo Force.
Yeah, it's like Gem Paladins. That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
They made a fan film of Kira Major called Power Rangers Gem Paladins.
So do you think Blue and Yellow Rangers had to fight someone to get their Red Ranger rings, or did they just find them?
Good question. They very well could have.
Yeah.
Fight somebody off screen for them.
Yeah, but the problem is that for us to get elaboration on that...
All right, well, I'm not a huge fan, personally, of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing. I feel like, we should start our stories where they begin, not start them where they get interested.
Get out.
What?
So out of the 5 Ranger suits, which one's your favorite? Oh, hands down, Unicorn.
Goju Wolf, because wolves are one of my favorite animals, and I've been wanting a Red Wolf Ranger for years.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Wolves are my favorite, but as far as the costume designs go, yeah, I'm sticking with the Unicorn.
Yeah, I think they all look cool. I just like Goju Wolf the most because red's my favorite color. I tend to lean towards reds. And, wolves are one of my favorite animals. So it's like, all right, we finally get the Red Wolf Ranger I've been wanting for years.
I have to say, what I'm more invested in is I like the actual shades of the respective colors that they use. Mm-hmm. We've had many different shades of blue for the Blue Ranger, different shades of yellow for the Yellow Ranger, different shades of red for the Red Ranger. And I love the specific shades that they use for this year.
Yeah. The suits definitely look cool.
Yeah. So do you think the Dawn Brothers guy will be the secondary antagonist for the show? Kind of like how Bosco was in Gokaiger.
I doubt it.
I mean, it really depends. Will he find other Sentai rings that he... let's assume that in the next episode he loses the Dawn Brothers ring. Is he going to find other Ranger rings to become, other Rangers? That would be really interesting.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting, but I'm pretty sure he's just going to be a temporary rival. Yeah,
if anything, I would say he'd be the first arc villain where they'll defeat, he'll be around, but we won't defeat him till around episode 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the Gozyugers were Power Rangers, I would call them the Golden Rangers. All right. Hey, when you make your own fan series, you can name it whatever you want. It's not for us to judge whether we like the name or not. I mean, think about it. Power Rangers Choo Choo Force.
That's not what I would call Tokyuger, but all right.
Yeah. So I don't think the Blue Ranger had anything to do with the disappearance of the Black Ranger sister. Again, he may be the Blue Ranger, but he's also a red herring.
Mm-hmm. That he is.
Yeah. So why didn't the Black Ranger skirt when she transformed into Ryu's Soul Red?
I think it's because they're doing something different with the Gokai change thing. So with Gokaiger, that matched your gender. Yeah. Whereas
in the Dawn Brothers, like it used the specific gender of that ranger. So
It was an
when
avatar change.
yeah, so when Kijino became a pink ranger, like he automatically had the skirt, even though he was a dude.
Yeah, he
And
had a feminine body.
yeah, and so here it's like they're kind of going in the opposite direction where they're automatically gonna use like the affirmatively male Red Ranger suit. Maybe it's to save money. Who knows? Because the fabric used to make the skirts cost money.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the few teams to not have a mentor. I mean, Tegasword could be their mentor, but not yet. I don't know. Let's keep
That'd be
watching.
interesting if their mecha was their mentor.
Yeah. Yeah. It wouldn't. Wait, were there other instances where something like this happened? I know they had sentient mecha for sure. Was Master Head technically that Ultra Zord?
True. Yeah, he was Gosei Ultimate.
Yeah. Yeah, see, there you go. So do you think that this will surpass Go Kaiju as the best anniversary season? I don't know if it will be the best or not. I know that a lot of people are probably going to keep glazing Go Kaiju over any other season regardless. Again, I know a lot of people disagree with me about Bokenger being the best season, but I have very intimate relationship with that season. So, if other people have an intimate relationship with Go Kaiju, if for no other reason, might have been their first season they've ever watched, very likely they will double, triple, and quadruple down on Go Kaiju being the best anniversary season. Even if Gozyugers would hypothetically surpass Go Kaiju. You never know.
Yeah, I honestly doubt that because considering how big of a project Go Kaiju was a outright birthday cake for the series. And they turned into every team and they got back past Rangers from every single season. But ultimately, it comes down to personal opinion. Because I'm sure there's going to be people who like Gozyuger more than Go Kaiju, and that's okay. Like I think Car Ranger's the best.
Yeah.
This guy thinks Bokenger's the best.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean either of us is wrong.
Or right.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest issue with asking this kind of question, not in terms of your character, but in terms of just straight up asking the question itself, is we're only 5 episodes into Gozyuger. We still have probably another 45 to go.
Yeah. 45-ish.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this season turned out to have 50 episodes exactly. Because it's the 50th anniversary. The friggin' Boom Boomger had 48 episodes. Was it intentional? Who knows? But it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could just pretend that there was a 49th season and we just skip past it, King Crimson style, and this is the 50th season.
Do we want to count Ninja Captor as a Sentai?
Oh no, I'm saying there was a secret season that takes place between Boom Boomcher and Gozyuger that we don't know exists because we skip past it. Kind of like how the final season of Samurai Jack would technically be the 8th season of Samurai Jack and not the 5th season. Because seasons 1 through 4 of Samurai Jack had 13 episodes each. So you go up to episode 52, right? But then the final season of Samurai Jack had started at episode 92. 92. So think about this for a minute. So that means hypothetically the previous episode would have been episode 91, right? What's 91 minus 52?
91 minus 52?
Yeah.
39?
39. Divide by 13.
39 divided by 13?
Yeah.
No, that's 3.
No, you got it.
Yeah.
3. That means in the time span between the last episode of the 4th season and the first episode of the final season, we had 39 episodes, which would fit 3 13-episode seasons in between. So, the final season of Samurai Jack is not season 5, but season 8. We just skipped past those 3 seasons over the course of 50 years.
Well, all right.
Plastic tips on your shoelaces are called egglets. The true purpose is sinister. All right. All I know about Rosella just pretty much copied some stuff from Kyoruger.
Do you mean Ryu Soldier?
Maybe. Oh, I think. Wait, are you talking about Mrs. Fancy Cake? I don't know. All I know about Ryu Soldier is pretty much
it was autocorrect.
Yeah. Okay.
You're kind of correct. The thing is that it has the same color scheme as the main 6.
Yeah.
And they tried to recapture the magic and sales of Kyoryuger, but ironically,
even their mecha formations.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The Ryu Soldier toy line sold half as much as Kyoryuger did.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that getting the Japanese Kyoryuger 5 Zord set cost me less money than it would have taken to get the American version of all 5 Zords.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, here's the other thing. Another difference between Ryu Soldier and Kyoryuger. Kyoryuger is actually fun and entertaining. Ryu Soldier is a drag and it's boring and forgettable.
I thought Kyoryuger was kind of mid, but still better than Ryu Soldier by a lot.
Yeah. Well, I love Kyoryuger, so that's just, again, agree to disagree.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think we could all agree that the singular good thing about Ryu Soldier is that Asuna loves beef.
Well, I will say this. Even though Ryu Soldier is one of my bottom Sentai, I thought Bamba was cool.
I thought Toa was boring.
I'll still take Toa over Izzy any day.
Man, that boomer joke really got to you, didn't it? All right, moving right along. So do you think there's going to be a point where the Rangers will turn on each other and decide to work on their own? It wouldn't surprise me. Almost every season has at least one episode where a Ranger goes solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is a season that's basically Kamen Rider Geese because they're supposed to be competing against each other. They only have a truce for now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do you think the Rangers' 5 different mecha will combine at some point? I really hope they will.
They could release a mecha that, like the Zenryoku Zenkai canon that combined, the 4 Kikainoids together to make one single mecha. They could do that for Gozyuger somehow.
Yeah. Although, I will say this, though. It's kind of funny because if you think about it, that canon is literally the Zenkaiser's actual Megazord.
That it is.
It took him God knows how many episodes to get his own Zord.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We had 3 female Green Rangers. Yes. Yes, if you include Ninja, that would be correct.
Yes. 4 if you want to count Melee.
Actually,
some people count her, some people don't.
I mean, now that you bring it up, I'm gonna ring it up. There's actually only 2 actual female Green Rangers, because Mito Ninja and Melee are technically extra heroes.
True, that's true.
Yeah, you almost got us. All right, Burn Cosmic Fury isn't a 6th Ranger. She absolutely is. She absolutely is the 6th Ranger in Cosmic Fury for 2 reasons. One, even if you count it as, oh, look, Zato shows up and then Fern shows up, you would still have six Rangers. She's a sixth character to get her Cosmic Fury powers. But I still count her as a sixth Ranger instead of Zato, because Zato is basically an extra hero because he is the he's the Zenith Ranger. He's basically a ghost. He's a Demi Morphin Master, while Ollie is the Blue Ranger, but not yet. So I still count Fern as the sixth Ranger, and I will fight on that hill. Also, six Rangers weren't a thing until a Jew Ranger. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, there's Max X1, but he was only
X1 Mask from Mask Man.
Yeah.
He was the prototype Six Ranger.
Yeah, and if you really think about it, Yamimaru should have been a sixth Ranger in Turbo Ranger, but they decided to make him the final villain instead.
Yeah.
Final villain-ish. But, man, it would have been cool if he did become a sixth Ranger. But I find it interesting that it wasn't until Gokaiger that, or rather late Gokaiger, that they finally decided to add a new taxon to the series that would include Mask X1, and the category is called Lost Heroes.
Yes, which I actually do have the X1 Mask Ranger key because I love Mask Man.
Yeah.
Now only if I could get Grade 5, but it was $900 friggin' at Power Morphicon last year.
Yes, we know. I got you there. All right. Do you think that the non-main Red Ranger, like the Time Fire or Shinken Hime, will be in the series? It would be interesting.
Yeah, like honestly, I could see it like this: female Hime Shinken Red, most likely no, but Time Fire. Maybe and we don't know yet, but maybe the Goju Polar, which is like apparently what our Six Ranger is going to be.
Yeah.
What if he uses his Sentai rings are based on Six Rangers instead of Reds? So maybe he could hypothetically turn into Time Fire if they want to go that route.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What if his main Sentai ring is Time Fire? Oh.
That could be. Who knows?
Yeah. Let's see. I thought Lupin and Patron Red were gay for each other.
This again?
I would not question that. But I feel like Lupin Red and Patron Sango had a thing going. So, but at the end of the day, Patron Nigo was my favorite. But it's crazy how, like, you have two guys becoming two different Red Rangers, and then one guy becoming two separate Sixth Rangers.
Double agent.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Instead, they should kind of, like, I think what would work really well for that season is if they kind of switch that and make one guy who becomes two different Red Rangers, because he's the double agent, and then have twins become like the Gold and Silver Ranger, where like one twin works for the Interpol while the other twin works as a Lupin Ranger.
I remember early I lost it. Early rumors for Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger was that Lupin Red and Patron Ichigo were going to be a double agent, but that turned out to not be true.
Yeah. Anywho, have you seen the fan series called Power Rangers Rail Riders? Yeah, we went out of our way not to mention that because we knew that if we were going to, we were gonna mention that. No, I've seen clips of it, but I didn't properly watch it. But I know that Rail Riders is a thing on the internet, so verbal acknowledgement. Speaking of Kyoruger, I still can't believe that Robert Baldwin has. Yeah. I mean, we did mention it. Farewell Gordo from Caesar
X.
Yeah.
Man, God rest his soul.
That is such a mean name to give the character. Okay, so he's had a few cheeseburgers. Like, you don't have to literally like use body shaming as his actual name.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but hopefully God rest his soul.
Yeah. But the Lupin and Patron Rangers are together in a lot of scenes. Yeah. Well, they share a season together, so
yeah.
I like how Patron Ichigo got some nice focus in Psycho Ultimate Battle.
Yeah, to where he even talked it out with Juo Eagle.
Yeah, I love that they could have easily made Marvelous the main character, but they decided to make it a Juo Eagle instead.
Yeah.
It's like that temptation's right there, or standing right to your right. Like, you could very well give in to that temptation, but you didn't. So I respect that.
Yeah, it's interesting how it works out.
Yeah. And all to save a poor little pig man. Not Pigmon. Pigman.
No, we already talked about Pigmon last podcast.
Poor Pigmon. Poor. What was it against Saris?
From Ultraman?
Yeah,
Jiris?
Jiris. Poor Jiris. You will be missed.
Mm-hmm. But right. Godzilla lives on. Unless if it's Godzilla versus Destroya.
Yeah. Or very specific installments of King Ghidorah. But yeah, so that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you for your lovely participation. We love you guys. If you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Classic on Mondays, Kamen Rider Golf on Wednesdays, No.1 Sentai Gozyuger on Thursdays, and Classic Kamen Rider in Sundays. And we are halfway through the second arc in the original Kamen Rider. So that's kind of crazy to say out loud, but yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Percentage wise, we're actually about the same amount done with both Ultraman and Kamen Rider. So that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. But yeah, we're gonna have more Morphicon interviews uploaded soon, so stick around for those. And check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where very soon I will be uploading a vlog of my experience going to Sailor Moon, the Super Live, as well as our personal content. Where can the people find you? Wait, where'd you go? There you are.
I'm right here. You can find me at youtube.com, Axel Ranger.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, where you could be watching this lovely stream on as well, in addition to Facebook and YouTube for all of our audiences across all three platforms. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. Please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and enjoy the rest of this maddening March heat, because it's almost April, so don't you fool around. Have a good one. Bye.